So, would you like a shortcut to a chicken Kiev dinner? Chicken Kievs are one of my favourite meals. They have been since I was a child, but the ones you buy in the shops, they're very processed now. They just don't kind of hit the same. And of course, the homemade version is always better, but there is a few steps involved. So I kind of have a shortcut version that I'm going to share with you. Of course, if you have all the ingredients and time, you can't beat, the full shebang. But here's a pretty decent cheat if you do feel like a chicken Kiev. So I have a chicken breast here. I tried to select the most even one that I have. It doesn't need to be the biggest one. I used to always think bigger is better. You're trying to fold garlic butter in here. But actually, it's more about the symmetry. So here I've just sliced this down the middle. I've butterflied it. I then cover it over with a bit of cling film. And I'm going to bash it out. Now you can use a rolling pin or a meat mallet. You're going to get a kick out of what I use to bash out my meat. Don't judge me. It makes sense. Give it a try. I use a pot. It's all about the surface area. You're not kind of bashing one part at a time. You're bashing the whole thing all at once. So yeah, I use a pot to thin out my chicken breast. Don't knock it till you've tried it. So once you've kind of flattened out your chicken breast, there you go, nice and even. Just put that to the side for a second and we're going to make up a panko mix. So, panko breadcrumb, you're going to put in some onion salt, some basic salt and pepper. And I also like to put in sage and thyme. Now, I know that's probably a bit controversial. It's optional. If you prefer to put smoked paprika or, turmeric, whatever your preference is, throw it in there. We just want to get a bit of flavour in this panko breadcrumb because this is all we are using. We are not doing the whole egg wash and flour. We're not doing all of that. We're just going to take our butterfly chicken and we're going to lie it down in the panko, straight in there. The chicken is sticky, it's slimy, it's going to naturally stick to that panko. And I know what you're thinking, yeah, you really need the egg wash. Listen, I get it. It's going to be so much better if you take the time and do the flour and the egg wash and then the breadcrumb. But sometimes you might not have an egg in the house or you've one egg left and you want to have it for breakfast. So like I said, this isn't a superior version. This is like a shortcut cheat version. Turns out pretty decent. Now, I take my 2 little bits of garlic butter. I try and find the thinnest corner and I fold it over. And I'm going to kind of roll it up like a little Swiss roll and press in the panko as I do that. You're going to see all these little exposed bare chicken bits, these crevices as you roll. Go ahead, keep pressing in that panko anywhere that you can. There's a bit there. And then just take as much of that panko, blanket your little chicken parcel in it, get it pressed in. We want to get as much stuck to the surface of the chicken as we can. And then we're just going to take this little bepankoed chicken parcel and pop it on a piece of tin foil to the side. Now, I have a little oven tray. I have it covered over in foil. I'm going to double foil this because there's a lot of leakage sometimes with this particular dish. Now, we might get lucky today. And I'm going to drop in my little chicken parcel. And you can see here the tin foil that's in. I'm going to bring it right up around the sides. I'm going to pinch the ends together, make it like a little Christmas cracker, like a little baby in a blanket. I want the top exposed so that the panko can crisp. But I want to make sure that none of that garlic leaks out. And I want to make sure it holds its structure, its shape. And it doesn't just start to, collapse once the garlic butter begins to melt. Now this goes into an oven, 180 degrees Celsius. Make sure it is preheated. I forget to say it every single time. Just assume you need to preheat something whenever you watch my videos. And it's usually in the description anyway, under all of them. So I'm going to put this in the oven for about 30 minutes in total. It's only a small chicken breast, and I'm going to go in halfway and give it a good liberal spritz across the top with oil to try and get that panko as crispy and brown as we can without overcooking the chicken. In the meantime, I'm going to get my spuds on. I'm going to get my veg on. I'm just kind of steaming up some frozen veggies. There it is there, halfway mark. I peeled down the edges, like I said, just ever so slightly. I want the garlic to stay in, but just liberal spritz of oil. Back to the potatoes. They are done. I'm going to give them a little test and they are ready to drain and mash. You have to have mash with a Kiev. It just absorbs all the goodness. Not that I use too much garlic butter. I'm trying, but what are you going to do? Yeah, I use a scissors. I'm not going to dirty a chopping board. So I use my scissors and snip off some green onions. Throw in some butter. It's terrible. And salt and pepper. I say that I'm trying to watch my butter and my salt, but I just go ahead and do this. I always feel the need to show you the salt and the pepper, as if you're not going to believe me. I don't know why I do that. I'll get better at this. I give them a good old mash, and then I go through it with a spoon, just stir it, make sure there's no big lumps. And then once you're happy that your mash is good, go ahead and make a little bed of mash on your plate. Now, I'm not eating all this mash, don't worry. It's going to be leftovers for tomorrow. I'm going to make potato cakes. And here is our chicken breast. It's a bit of a poor man's Kiev, but listen, it might not be the fully floured, egg washed and breadcrumbed. You might not have wedged half a pound of butter in there and put toothpicks down the side and done the whole process and the par freezing. But it definitely beats the hell out of those processed rubbery Kievs you get in the shops right now. So if you're in a jam, you've no egg or you've no time, give this a go. You just can't go wrong. I love a good shortcut. But that's it. That is my cheat or shortcut version to chicken Kiev. I hope you give it a go and I hope you like it.